My name is Natalie Perez, and I have an interview with the member of the band Overlay on April 28th, 2026. So
Hey,
please,
hey.
so please introduce yourself. Tell me what role you have in the band, and can you give me a brief history about the band, how they got started, its members, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I play guitar and do the clean vocals for the band. I
Hmm.
also do most of like the kind of anything with related to booking and all that that goes through me. I started the band originally in about late 2022, early 2023.
Hmm.
It was an idea between someone who I was playing in the scene already locally. And there's this drummer, his name's Frankie. He took me under his wing, kind of showed me how everything works around town. And so he was wanting to start another band. I wanted to, so we started working together. Unfortunately, before the first single got fully recorded, he passed away from cancer. And so after that, I kind of just put everything on pause for a few years. And then I met our amazing producer, John Norris from Kingdom Collapse, mentioned the idea to him. And he was like, dude, do it. I was like, you sure? He goes, fucking do it. I was like, all right, bet. So we wrote a few songs, wrote some music, and then kind of non-traditionally, most people start with having a full band and then writing music. Whereas me, I play guitar, bass, drums, I play everything. And so I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna write everything, get it done, because I kind of wanted to have a general idea of what I wanted already before I got other people putting their brains into it.
Hmm.
Sounds selfish, I know, but um, yeah. And then everything fell into place. One of my best friends play is an amazing vocalist. His name's Emilio, and so I asked him if he wanted to do vocals. He was down. One of We had a different drummer at the start, but now one of our for our first couple shows, and that's how we met our current drummer. Her name's Cassie. Through a band that she used to be in, that Overlay and her old band used to play a lot. She left her old band when around the same time we lost our drummer. And I was like, "Hey, you want to play for us?" And she was like, "Dude, yeah." And then our bassist, I've known him forever, and it all just clicked and worked.
Great to hear. So tell me the story behind the band's name. Is there a story behind it, or is it just a name? Eh.
So originally, when Frankie and I came, well, I came up with it, and
Mhm.
when Frankie and I were bouncing around names before he passed,
Mhm.
and we originally weren't planning on playing live shows. Like that was like not gonna be a thing. It was just gonna be us two. And
Mhm.
since we both, he was a multi instrumentalist, played guitar, bass, drums, all that. We were like, we're just gonna be pretty much just us two. And I was like, I got a really stupid name, Overlay, because it's us on top of each other. And so, come to find out, so my mom works in the medical industry,
Mhm.
the medical field, and she was like, "Do you know what that actually means?" Like, and if I see that in my office, I was like, "Enlighten me. I'm curious." Because now I'm like, what the hell did I do? Did I just make a big mistake?
Mhm.
So it turns out, medically speaking, overlay means when, how do I, what's the politically correct way of saying this? A larger individual rolls over on top of, let's just say, a very small person,
Mhm.
resulting in in the smaller person's death, which I had no idea that's what it actually meant. I was just like, hey, hey, cool, funny little joke because it's just going to be me and Frank.
Mhm.
But that's the background behind the name overlay.
Whereabouts is the band based out of, and what is your music scene like there? Are there any cool bands you could recommend that you've played with or are friends with or anything like that?
We're based out of San Antonio, Texas. Man, there's a bunch of good bands. Some notable ones that people are going to recognize off rip are Nothing More, Upon a Burning Body, Kingdom Collapse, Union Underground, but some. And then if you go down a little bit south, like to Corpus, you got Shattered Sun down there, Zombie King. Love all those guys. Some local bands that haven't got the attention they deserve. Definitely Kerosene. I don't. You said I could cuss, right?
Yeah.
Zombitch. It's a great band. Sons of Bitches. It's another bitch name. We got a lot of bitches down in Texas. Not actually. We'll kick your ass, but a lot of people like using bitch in their name. I'm missing like at least 10. Oh, The Broken Page. God. Sanity's Last Breath. The list goes on and on and on. I'd be sitting here all day.
Well, those were good enough, and I'm pretty sure they're happy that you mentioned them.
Right.
Uh, so, how would you describe your particular style of sound in the metal category?
Metalcore. Somewhere between like that metalcore, very kill switch engagey, very cross between like new metal, metalcore, and like hard rock. So we got some definitely have a lot of influence from our homies and Nothing More. You know, everyone in the band, we all fucking love that band. And I'm fortunate enough to call their guitarist Mark Villalunga a good friend of mine. Definitely a lot of influence from bands like Shattered Sun, again, Marcus Leal, one of my favorite vocalists of all time, who's also a very good friend of mine now. She just dropped a new single featuring him, Dead Inside. But yeah, very metalcore, very in your face, but in a nice way, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like, let me tell you how I really feel about that.
Uh, so, what have you released so far as your discography goes, and what can someone expect?
But yeah, we have 5 singles: Without You, The Line, Fade Away, Shattered Sight, and Dead Inside, featuring Marcus Leal.
Mhm.
All mixed and mastered and produced by Jonathan Norris and David McGilvery.
Any other new music that didn't make the cut that will be saved for the next round of releases?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I'm working on a new song. I'm actually going to be in the studio tomorrow finishing up tracking for it.
Hmm.
It's probably the song that means the absolute most to me.
Hmm.
It's about something that happened very, 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 very recently. When I mean very recently, I mean less than a month ago. Um, my girlfriend, she's had some family difficulties, and so she needed to move from another bigger city, pretty far away from San Antonio. And she's like, I need to get on because she was in San Antonio for school, planning on going back home after she graduates.
Hmm.
Shit just hit the fan and went haywire. She's like, hey, I need to move to San Antonio. I need to get all my stuff by next week. So I was like, shit, okay, let's get in the car, let's go. We went, and her mom and I have had a very toxic relationship since day one, just because, as you can imagine, like my girlfriend's around me and all my friends pretty much 24/7. She definitely catches some strays here and there from us,
Hmm.
and but it's all love. And her mom has just had a very strong hatred for my friends and I since the very beginning, which has caused multiple issues. Not with my girlfriend and I's relationship, but definitely with her mom and I's relationship, and a little bit between her and her mom and her and her family.
Hmm.
And so she's got some medical stuff where she bruises really easily. So something like if she's walking out in the middle of the street and I grab her hand to pull her back, it will leave a bruise. If she bumps into a wall ever so slightly, it will leave a bruise. And
Hmm.
so she fell down and left a really big bruise. Her mom was like, "Is he hitting you?" She was like, "No, of course not. What the hell? What the fuck is wrong with you?" Whole thing. and it went to shit. We went to Houston. We went out to get all of her stuff, and her mom. Long story short, the police ended up being there with SWAT units after what her mom and uncle did, and completely flipped our lives upside down. My car window got absolutely destroyed, shattered. My car got broken into, completely fucking vandalized. Her entire life got flipped upside down. My entire life got flipped upside down. It's not good. And the way I decided to kind of deal with all that stress and anxiety, frustration, anger, I channeled it into the music.
Hmm.
And this next this single that I'm working on right now for the next for the next record is it's probably the best thing we've ever worked on.
Are there any plans in the work for playing any shows or going out on a little tour? What's in the
Yeah.
works?
We actually just announced some Texas tour dates. We're going to be on the road with Mini Kiss and Upon a Burning Body. We're playing with Mini Kiss May 28th, May 28th, June 5th, and June 6th. May 28th in Dallas, June 5th in Austin, Texas, June 6th in Bedford, Texas, and that one's going to be at a Harley Davidson motorcycle dealership. So I'm fucking excited. I've always wanted to be able to be like, yeah, I'm that badass that rides that Harley. So I'm definitely going to be taking some pictures, acting like I got a Harley when everyone knows I'm not driving a Harley. Uh, and then we're playing with the Pond of Burning Body on May 29th in Corpus Christi, Texas. On May 30th, we'll be having our headliner show in our hometown headliner during that run in San Antonio at the Rock Box.
Sounds good. What other plans do you guys have in the works for the rest of this year besides the EP, touring, and shows? Anything else you would like to mention?
We are. So I don't know if it's officially announced, but I've seen it online, so it's fair game to talk about.
Hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with the band Plush,
I think I've heard of them.
but we're going to be playing with them at the Rock Box in San Antonio
Hmm.
on September 5th. Tickets are on sale now. Go check it out. But yes, we will be there September 5th, opening for Plush at the Rock Box. Other than
Nice.
that, we're filming a pretty cool music video in
Hmm.
September. We'll definitely have some snippets, but I don't know if the video will be out by the end of the year.
Hmm.
But got some new music that we're working on. Got two new singles that we're working on right now. One of them, like I said, is definitely at least it's tied with Fade Away and Dead Inside for the most personal. And yeah, definitely some cool shit that we're working on. It's not just finalized yet.
Hmm. Whereabouts can we listen to your band online, and where can we buy your merchandise and find you on social media, all that good stuff?
Yeah, so everything we have merch on sale right now at overlayband.com. You'll
Hmm.
see I think it's like a little shopping cart icon that says merch right there. Go ahead, cop yourself a shirt, hat, and tank top. As far as music, we're everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, Pandora, Amazon Music. I'm definitely forgetting like 20 different streaming platforms. What else is there? We're TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere you can find us.
And lastly, what is it you would like the listener to remember the most after listening to your music for the very first time?
Um, Man, that's a good question. Definitely,
Hmm.
I like people to try to relate to me. At least for me, when I listen to music, I
Hmm.
love trying to relate to what they're saying. And I always write in a way like something that I make sure that any of my music that sounds very douchebaggy, but make sure it's something that I would want on my playlist that I could relate to. And of course I'm gonna relate to it because I wrote the damn thing, but make make sure the listener knows like, hey, like it's not just you that's dealing with all this shit. It's not just you that's dealing with everything. You're not alone. Reach out. Never, never. Something that we did with Fade Away is Don't Fade Away. That song is about someone that I used to be very close with. And when I mean very close with, I mean like I was picking this person up 3 to 7 times a week. And they've destroyed their lives, unfortunately, with drug and alcohol abuse. And they faded away. As simple as that. And make sure that you're not the one that's fading away. Make sure that you know, no matter how bad it is, whatever's going on, however long the tunnel is, there's always light at the end of it. And the longer the tunnel is, the brighter the light's gonna feel at the end of it. And that just keep going, keep doing you.